What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. Hope you guys are doing good. I wanted to do a quick video. I don't know how quick these things are gonna be. I just talk and then, so I'm not gonna say quick. I'm gonna do a video. Me and my brother just recently, this past weekend, went to the Dallas Card Show. This would be my second card show that I've ever attended. The first one being the Dallas Card Show, which I attended 2 months ago. I think it was in March. I think they have them every 2 months, which is odd. Every 2 months. I would imagine something like quarterly or something. But anyway, so I was up at the Dallas Card Show this past weekend. I only went Saturday, and a little bit more prepared this time, I would say, because I kind of knew what to expect now, knew what was going on, and have been there before, so I wasn't so I was a little bit more tactical in my preparation, as opposed to just kind of going and not really knowing what to expect. But as always, I had a great time. Saw a lot of cool stuff. Met a lot of cool people, so shout out to those of you that flagged me down and said hi and stuff like that. That was pretty great. So and this time I went with my brother, so that was kind of cool too. That he was took a little road trip, and he was along with me for the ride. One of the main things that I noticed, and this is kind of the overall theme of this video, is there was a lot more selling going on there, and not necessarily the dealers selling, but people there to sell. Now, this particular time, I had some cards with me that I was looking to sell, but a lot of it just had to do with the fact that the first time that I was there, I really didn't know what was going on, how everything worked. I didn't know that you could just walk up to a vendor and say, "Hey, are you guys buying?" And then they, say, "Yeah, we'll take a look at what you got," and that kind of thing. I didn't know that that's how that worked. But now that I know, or now that I knew, I brought a couple of cards with me, and I didn't bring anything big, right? I didn't bring any big cards with me. What I brought a lot of were cards that I had pulled myself throughout the years, the last maybe 18 months or 2 years that I've been like ripping newer product, and just kind of maybe hit some pretty decent stuff and sent it off to get graded, and it graded out pretty good. So I brought a lot of that kind of stuff with me. I didn't bring no PC items with me. I didn't, you guys know I rip product as just a fan of the hobby and a collector. It's fun. And then whenever I buy cards on eBay and things like that, it's 90% of it is for my PC. And so, but throughout collecting and things like that, I've ripped some product and acquired some pretty cool cards, and trading with a few folks and things like that. I've had to take some cards that I don't necessarily care too much about, but they do hold some value. So, I had that kind of stuff. So just like the straggler stuff that doesn't really fit in with my PC. I brought some of that stuff with me, and I sold the majority of it, which was great. But in talking to some of the folks at the table, some of the dealers, some of the smaller dealers, some of the bigger tables, the line, some of them had lines to have your stuff looked at, and I don't recall that being the case last time. And I don't know if that's an indication of where we are within the market itself. And typically, I don't really care about the market as a whole. I like to collect a little bit more than buy, sell, trade, and all that stuff. But it's pretty indicative of kind of what's going on, I think, because you got not only card prices going down. We're coming on the tail end of the NBA season. We're barely coming up on the football season. And so there's a lot of movement going on, and I don't know what we're in mid to late May. I don't know if this is kind of just like a typical cycle that happens within the hobby, where as you're transitioning out of basketball season and going kind of getting started with baseball season and then going into football season, if this kind of transition period of May, June, and going into the summer, really is a cycle, right? Where we can expect this to happen going forward with the card market. But I don't remember seeing that much selling from the people that were attending the show to the dealers. I saw a lot more buying last time that I was there, myself included. I was doing a little bit more buying. This time, I didn't do any buying, actually. There were a couple of pieces that I saw. I'm a, kind of late 90s, early 2000s type of guy. I didn't really see a whole lot. It was a lot of modern stuff there, which is cool. But the other thing that so I didn't buy anything. But the other thing that I noticed also, and one of the main reasons why I told my brother to come along with me, was because last time that I was there was a lot of buzz and a lot of hype around Star Wars. And my brother's a huge Star Wars collector. He has been a Star Wars collector for quite some time. And there was a lot of hype. There was a lot of people selling Star Wars. There was a lot of people there buying Star Wars, that kind of thing. And this time, there was almost nothing. And it kind of dawned on me that it seems like every Dallas card show, there is sort of a kind of like a hype segment that's going on. Last time it was Star Wars. This time what I saw a lot of was F1. There was a lot of F1 cards out there. I don't know if a product recently released for F1 or if Topps is really just pushing F1, but there was a lot of F1 deals going down, big deals. And a lot of people bringing big F1 cards and selling F1 cards. I was sitting there watching some guy, he bought almost like $10,000 worth of F1 cards between him and like two other guys. There was like a lot of money, there were some big deals going down for F1. And being that I saw Star Wars last time, I told my brother, I was like, hey man, come along with me. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff there. And he didn't find anything. I think he may have sold some to a guy, but there wasn't as much of that as there was last time, which I thought was interesting. I didn't realize that that's kind of that, and you guys tell me if I'm off, because I kind of feel like that's how it works, right? Whereas, you have, the by and large is baseball, basketball, football, sports cards, but then there's always like this one little niche that seems to be always hot at that time. And I'm going to continue to go to the Dallas card shows. It's a relatively big show. There's a lot of people there. There's a lot of foot traffic. There's a lot of dealers. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to buy. And then it's only 3.5, 4 hours away for me. So it's nothing for me to take a little road trip up there, especially given how big it is, right? But those are just some of my observations as I was there. I got to meet a lot of cool people. Finally met Mike. Shout out to Mike from Bench Clear Media. Finally got to sit down and shake his hand and say hi. So that was dope. Whatnot had a pretty big presence there this time around. They were walking around handing out bags to kids and stuff like that. And so that was kind of cool. There was a lot of kids there. Last time that I went on a Friday. This time that I went on a Saturday, which was pretty dope. So there was a lot more people there. But I think we arrived right as the doors opened, and there was not a lot of dealers like already set up. Like as we were walking around, there was a lot of people that were just like setting up. So things didn't really get kicked off till like around 10 or 11, where I kind of felt like it was in like full force. But anyway, those are just my thoughts, just kind of on the Dallas Card Show. I'd like to hear thoughts from those of you who went. Did you see kind of the same pattern of people really doing more selling to the dealers than the dealers actually selling to the public? And then if you picked up something cool, like what did you pick up? Because there was virtually nothing there. I was looking for some really nice Hakeem Olajuwon stuff. I was looking for some really nice Jason Williams stuff. I was looking for some really nice Kevin Garnett stuff. And I saw a few things, but some of them were a little overpriced. I did see this one Penny Hardaway that I'm kind of kicking myself for not going back and buying, but it is what it is. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff happening, a lot of cool things going on. But again, I just didn't really see a lot of people buying from the dealers. They were really trying to sell. So what do you guys think about that? Were you able to attend? If you did, how was your experience? Are you going to attend the next one? I'll be there for the next one. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Love y'all. Peace.